Dear Depression, we go way back. I remember the first time I met you. I was 7 years old, a pigtailed lover of books, teased for the sneakers my mother could barely afford. The second time I met you was at a house party where a stranger packed himself into my mouth. It was the first time I understand the word ugly. We met again when I learned I had lupus and found out my body now belonged to an incurable disease. And again, when I was sad for the 49th day in a row, I begged you to go away, but you would not leave. You, depression, are my childhood friend. The midnight voices in my head, a slick tongue. You pretend to have the answers, but loving you got me sick, got me suicide watched, got me blue happy pills. Find the nearest ledge, you say. Walk out, you say. Suspend, you say. Wouldn't I be happier dead yesterday? I cried enough to name myself the sad girl again. Lonely has developed an authority where my thoughts are family. Always fussing about the wrong I have done, about the pretty I burned. What I learn of sadness is from you. You tell me boys won't love me, but a fasten rope can. You tell me lupus is incurable, can't have 7 children, can't be hospitalized 3 times in 1 year and call that healing. You, a contradiction, a house of lies. Sickness can do that. It can lie, it can claw. My sadness will not cease, it will not quiet, and I am afraid to die. I am afraid to die. Depression is a house of teeth. It will write you into a story without rest. It will kin you, comb your mouth into a beautiful haunting, and name it a vacant wilderness. But dare yourself, extraordinary human, to run into joy screaming, you cannot have me. You cannot have me. I am not my past. I am worthy of love. I am worthy. I am forgiving myself for not being strong enough to believe in myself. I can tell you, I do not know who my father is. I can tell you, a best friend's father molested me. I can tell you the number of men I let crawl into my body, but I would rather tell you I am letting go. I am letting failure go. I am letting loneliness go. I will not give up. You will not silence me. Sincerely, Tanya.
There is a house built out of stone, wooden floors, walls, and window sills, tables and chairs warmed by all of the dust. This is a place where I don't feel
From the outside, it's easy to think that somebody's got it all figured out. Because my hair is curled and my cheeks are intentionally flushed, I must not have a care in the world. As if it were expected for my demons to be worn like a scarlet letter pinned to my chest. And they assume if you cannot see it, then it's not really there. As if pain does not exist unless you're bleeding or slung in a cast or staggering with a limp. But sometimes the most painful demons are the ones they can't even see. So we learn how to smile, how to grin and bear it, because nobody likes to talk about the tough stuff. Hell, I don't like to talk about the tough stuff. I have anxiety. It feels like every cell in my body is moving so fast that my veins are blurry. That despite the constant metronome of my heartbeat inside my ears, it's like listening to a spastic drumline. It feels like bees in my ears, like a broken white noise machine playing all of the sounds at once. And I don't even realize I'm gritting my teeth or cracking my knuckles or rubbing my forefinger against my pinky or twisting the gold band on my middle finger, holding on to myself like I'm the only lifeline bridging the gap between reality on my own 2 feet and the atomically loud abyss of noises and sounds and feelings of fleeting rushing through my veins. And I'm avoiding eye contact. Not because I'm not listening to what you're saying, because I'm listening to the sound of my own voice, hoping that through your ears you can't hear that it's 2 octaves too high and on the verge of breaking because my palms are sweating and I somehow forgot to speak with anything behind my words other than insecurity. My anxiety feels like fire. Unexplainably hot and rash and frustrating as I gnaw the inside of my cheek as if the solution to this feeling is buried between my teeth and gums. It feels like drowning, but it feels like burning, and it feels like fucking forever. I imagine my feet moving with trails of dust behind them like those cartoons because somehow it feels like I'm moving faster than the 60 seconds they've allowed in a minute. All the while, I'm just playing catch up on the stopwatch. And it doesn't add up like it did in high school mathematics. I can't carry the 1 and find the square root of the problem because most of the time, there is no problem. There's no life or death situation. There's no rhyme or reason. There is just feelings, and I'm feeling all of them at once. Some days are better than others. Some days are worse. But they're just days. And I've got more where they came from.
There is a house built out of stone. Wooden floors.
Basically, with this video that I have put together, I wanted to make a resource that explained and showed what depression and anxiety feels like. And these 2 or 3 videos, I found that I relate to them a lot, as I suffer from depression and anxiety for 2 years now. And I basically just wanted to put these videos together with some facts and everything to show people how depression and anxiety affects people. Like, a lot of people that don't have depression and anxiety think it's just silly people that self-diagnose themselves and don't really have depression. It's just for attention, but it's a lot more to it. Like, it stops you from doing so much in life. Having anxiety is like constantly being inside this little bubble. You never want to leave it. You never ever want to leave it. Having depression, you're constantly making up excuses to not do social events with friends or to go out on a date or something like that. You're constantly making up excuses for yourself to not get out of your circle, your little bubble, and do something courageous and fun that you know you'll enjoy if you do it, but you won't do it because you've got this cloud hanging over your head and these weights that are just weighing you down, saying, if you go do this, you're going to make yourself look like an idiot. Everyone's going to talk about you. You're not going to have fun. Just don't do it. And so yeah, I just wanted to make a resource that raised awareness for depression and anxiety by putting a few of my favorite videos that I found from the internet together. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy.